Hello everyone, my name is Ning and I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Melbourne. Today I'm going to present one of the part of my work, a new framework to characterize firebrands generation and their 3D firebrand reconstruction model. I will keep it briefly. Normally I put a slide talk about firebrand is bad. Bushfire is bad and sort of thing. But I skip that because everybody knows that. This slide talk about the wildfire propagation mechanism. I like talk about it before. Firebrand generation, and then we have firebrand generate here, and then because of wind and convective column move to the other places, and this one is short range spotting, and then the other one is long range spotting, and it moves to the firebrand going to deposit to the ground and then accumulate and then ignite another fire. We call it spot fire. This one is firebrand, and then my talk will cover firebrand characterization in this one. So this is a video from the fire recently in 2025 showing you what is firebrand is, then how important it is during a bushfire. A lot of people who want to use the computational model to predict the bushfire, the propagation and sort of thing. But to run those models, you need data, and currently those data is not sufficient. It's missing. So my work is trying to characterize firebrands, provide data for those models. This is project structure. I like talk about it, so I'll skip it. So the first thing I do is the 5-field quantification. I imagine that before I'm doing my PhD, I thought like there is a bushfire, then the whole tree gonna be burned off, but it actually not like that. Those firebrand generate from small part of the tree, like a twig and bark. So the bushfire not gonna burn up the completely tree. So it's firebrand generated from the these small branches and bark. So the question here is, how do we quantify the amount of 5-field in the forest? So if we quantify, we be able to do that. We can estimate how many firebrand can be generated from this field. So what I did for this one, for the firebrand field quantification, we use TLS, terrestrial lidar scanning, to scan the forest. So it will build like a 3D map for the forest, and then we use some algorithm to categorize the branch in this data map. So we can categorize twig, small twig, and then this one is the stringy bark, and this one is ribbon bark, or you can say candle bark. And then we quantify them in 1 cubic meter. So the reason why we want to quantify in 1 cubic meter, because if we able to do that, if we do that, we have possibility to scale it up. So let's say a forest with a big volume, so we have the 1 cubic meter. We can scale it up and estimate how much fuel in the forest. This picture showing that we use the TLS, we scan the forest, we use the algorithm to separate them to a single tree. And then every single tree, we also separate them into layer. The first layer is the elevated layer, and the top one is the canopy layer. Why that? Because this one represent for this field represent for crown fire, and this one represent the fuel is consumed for elevated fire, survey fire. So what we categorize, we separate the twig into the 5 category with the 5 different diameter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the distribution here, and the layer here. We have the canopy and elevated fuel as 2.5 from the ground here, and then we have the volume of the forest. Take the height is the highest tree, and then the length and the width of the plot that we scan with the TLS. From that, we can use the amount of fuel divided to the volume. Then we can estimate the length of the twig in 1 cubic meter, categorize into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a 5 fuel. And this one is for twig, but I have the result for candlebark and stringy bark as well. For the stringy bark, we estimate the area of the stringy bark in the trunk. Sorry, I clicked wrong. In the trunk, and for the candlebark, we estimated at the twig, but 90. It point down to the ground at 180 degree. So that what I did for the estimation of the fiber and fuel. So since we're able to do that, we're able to quantify 1 cubic meter fuel, then we need to do the experiment. So we do experiment for one, estimate the 5 fuel generate fiber in 1 cubic meter. So to be able to do that, we used design as gas burner, and the gas burner design is have the gas pipe submerged in the water. So when the LPG gas is coming through, Alex is behind. When the gas coming through the pipe, so it's go through the water, and then there is a gas pilot here. So it's gonna be ignite the gas, the fire inside of the gas burner. So that's the design. So why is it designed? Because we want to put a mesh, a metal mesh, on top of the pipe, so it's also under the water, and then we put the fuel in the middle of the gas burner. So when we burn the fuel, then it generates the firebrand, and then firebrand fall down onto the match, and then it being extinguished by the water, so it preserves the shape of the firebrand. So that what we designed for the the experiment tool to be able to do the experiment. So for this experiment series design, first thing we want to compare the sample have leaf and the sample without leaf. Why that? Because during experiment we saw that there are a lot of leaf falling on the metal mesh, which is causing the confusion for us when we pick up the fiber. So it's better to remove the leaf. But the question is like whether the sample have leaf and sample without leaf, are they the same? So the first experiment we do, we need to we need to confirm that whether the sample with leaf and no leaf have they are the same, produce the same firebrand or not. And after that, we want to compare the leaf and no leaf in the shoot shape, and then we have the shoot here. We compare with the twig. So the reason is because we want to, let's say, if we burn shoot and twig is small part inside in the shoot. So if the shoot and the twig produce the same amount of firebrand, then we can confident to burn only twigs. Like we can burn twig 1 centimeter diameter, and then 2 centimeter, and then 3, 4, 5, something like that. So when we burn individually, it's easier to manage the data later on. And everything here were conduct with the eucalyptus species. So after that, we compare with other species, acacia and pine, to see is there any different in terms of firebrand production, for different species. And everything here will burn in 150 kilowatt. So we want to compare like to 100 kilowatt and 50 kilowatt. So from this one, we can like create like a proportion. At 150, we have 10 firebrands. This one is 5. So 200 kilowatt would be double. So something like that. So to do that, we need to consider the representative twig sample. So I conduct a survey. So I go to the forest. I collect 10 sample. So I measured all the diameter and the length of the twig. So after that, I decided to get the twig have this one. The first bit is 30 centimeter length with from 1 to 2 centimeter diameter. So this one is similar with this one and similar with this one. So it's a different shape. The whole section here is about 1 meter length, from 0.5 centimeters to 1 centimeter diameter. This one is basically the same, and I just rip off the leaf from it. This one is from this part, but is 1 meter length. So we have 3 samples, and we burn all of them 10 times to investigate the differences for firebrand characterization. So this is the state of the experiment. We have video camera and thermal camera, infrared camera. This one is sample holder. So we clamp the sample here, and then we put sample here. This one is the white background. So we have camera to film the sample and separate the background with other thing behind. To be able to control the fire intensity, we have a mass flow meter. So this one give us can control the gas going through the pipe here into the gas burner. So we can accurate adjust the mass flow, so we can have we can have like 150 kilowatt, 150s and so on. This one is the gas source. So this video is showing you how fire burned the twig, which is I showed you before here. Sample without twig, without leaf, and this one is without this one with leaf, and this one is separate into 3 twig. So this one is the top, and this one is the bottom, and you can see here when I burn them, and then I compare them. That for the twig. So this one is for the stringy bark. So stringy bark, so we follow the a handbook overall field hazard assessment. So we went to the forest, we choose a tree. This one and this one hasn't been burned before, so it have the extreme rating hazards. This one with different level burn because it's used to be in the bushfires, so it have different rating hazards here. So we choose 5 different representative tree. This one is peppermint, and this one, 4 of this one is mass mist. The reason is because we see that peppermint doesn't produce a lot of fibrant, so we only want to focus on the mass mist, the Eucalyptus obliqua here. So after we get the sample, then we want to design the way how we burn it. So so we chop the trunk into different sections. So from bottom to the top, from bottom to the top, and then we mark the number, and then from the first one we burn with 150, and then the 4th one, and then this one, the 7th one, and so on. So 150, 150, so on. So we want to test the trunk with different fire intensity to see like what is the effect on the stringy bark. This picture show the trunk in the gas burner. This one show the bark after burn, sort of. Next one is candle bark. So when we went to the forest, we realized that there are 2 kinds. We categorize them in 2 kind of candle bark. The first one is the flat one. So you see it's the flat one. And the other one is the curved one, so it's like rolling. I don't know how to say that, but it's kind of rolling. So we separate them into kind of candle bark to do experiment. Same thing here. We hang the candle bark on top of the sample holder. So this is the video of the of how we use a thermal camera to film the twig, and we have detect the fibrant break from the sample, and then we detect the temperature. We want to get the maximum temperature of the fibrant when it's generated. We ID them, so this is the first fibrant sort of thing. We calculate number of fibrant, temperature. We use the 3D fibrant reconstruction to film, to scan the fibrant and reconstruct the fibrant into 3D model. So we use it later, and then we get some information from here. Volume, surface area, and then size, mass. Mass we have to do manually. We have to put it on the scale, and then put the mass into the Excel file. Density. So fighting, we see we compare the shoot leaf and the shoot without leaf. There is no significant difference between this kind of thing based on our investigation. We see the shoot have leaf versus twig, no significant except for length. Eucalyptus versus pine, and then acacia versus pine. These parameter is no significant different. Sorry, this one is no significant different. Eucalyptus and pine, and then acacia and pine is different. It's very different. We also test in different fire intensity. So we see that 150 and 50, these two, no different. 150 and 50, and then 150 and 100 is no different. Oh, it's all no different. So like fire intensity doesn't make any difference in terms of firebrand production. Last one, last slide. So we also be able to calculate the fire intensity. Firebrand density. This one, eucalyptus the same. This is the last one. So we have different condition, species, fire intensity, fjord, and then we have data firebrand and thermal videos. We have about 5,000 of them, and we characterize them. So this information will be used for the model. I guess I'll leave this question for you. Thank you.